Here we go again with some Motorsport Manager. Just came out a few days ago. I've been seeing quite a few people play it on YouTube, and it looks like everything I want in a manager game. I've played mostly manager games on my channel if you haven't been here before, but yeah, pretty much Pro Cycling Manager, which is also a pretty small manager game. It's been going on for like 15-16 years now, but it's pretty poor because, well, yeah, not many people play it, so they don't really have that much money. But I just bought this game. I have started one career and just played through the tutorial, but and a few races just to get a bit of a knowledge of it. So I'm not jumping in completely blind, but I pretty much am because I don't really know what's going on. So I am going to start with the worst possible team, and yeah, let's just quickly create a manager and sort. This is medium race length. I think it's fine, Euros, and yeah, I don't really care about the date format. And yeah, let's go in and create our rider, and I'll just show you the manager or team captain that we have created. So here we have our manager. Of course, my name, not my actual name, but pretty close, at least my first name. My date of birth, the country I'm from Denmark, if you didn't know already. And yeah, I've chose financial over some of the other things because I always try to spend a lot of money in these series. I'm pretty poor and I always end up going bankrupt because I spend too much. But so I thought I might as well give myself a little bit of advantage by not going too hard on myself, and at least giving me a kind of discount on every payment I have to pay of designing parts or upgrading my buildings and so forth. So that'll hopefully end up saving me a lot of money doing this entire series. I don't know, of course, how long that'll go, but I'll try to keep it on for as long as I find it interesting, and you guys, of course, find it interesting as well. European racing series, we're starting, of course, from the bottom, as I said before. There is a few rules. Might just show you them here in a second. Let's just open it up. Okay, there it is. Short practice session, so you only have 12 minutes to practice, meaning that it's pretty simple because it's pretty hard to get a great setup for your car, but it's also hard for the opponents to get a great setup because you only have 12 minutes to find the setup you actually need. And if you have a really bad team like I will have, then it will be even harder to get great or excellent or even good on your parts, on your handling and your aerodynamics and your speed before you get into the race. 6-man pit stop crews makes the pit stop pretty slow. Everybody gets a point, so even if you finish last, as long as you finish, you get a point. That's pretty much, as I said. There's no qualifying as well. I'm pretty sure they say down at the bottom, which means that the rider who starts first is the rider who's last in the championship. So in the first race it'll just be by alphabetical order, I believe. Maybe it's reversed alphabetical order, I'm not really sure. But there's no qualifying, that's pretty much the important part. So if you're first in the championship, you're starting last. It leads to a lot of overtakes because the best cars will be at the bottom of the standings and the worst cars will be at the front. So if you had a bad race, you will actually have a really good chance of winning the next race. That's a pretty good way to say it. But for now, let's just get into the choosing the European racing scene here and continue on and pick our first team, which I believe is the Australian team. I have been going through this once already. It's the Predator Racing Group. You can see this Indian team here, how good they are in everything. They're the best in championship in best car, best drivers, best facilities. Not exactly the best staff, and not exactly the best sponsor either, but they're pretty high up there anyway. What we'll be going with is instead the Predator Racing Group, which is all the way over the left here. Red and white colors. I actually really like the colors as well. Really small budget. I think it's like 1/16, I believe. I think it's 1/16 of the budget of Garuda Racing Team. And yeah, we expect to finish last, so there's no pressure on us at all because we can't perform worse than our finish. So it's just about, the first season will be purely just building a great team for the future, and hopefully at one point we can even get promoted to the next series, the next level, but that'll probably be like 2 or 3 years at least in the future. So here we are, and you can see our team overview here. You see the standings. Of course, no points has been scored yet. Next race will be at the Black Sea, which I'm pretty sure is the Sochi Grand Prix from Formula 1. We can start tuning our car and see how happy our chairman is. We won't get fired. I think it's pretty sure because we can do worse than us. Even if we finish second to last on last in every racing season, we will still do good. The two drivers are Santa Ana a girl from Argentina, and Evans, a man from Australia. So let's look at the mail we got. Pretty sure it's just some welcome mails. Yeah, new beginnings. They got us pretty well on. Sign facility. Yeah, we can't really upgrade our headquarters that much at this point. We could definitely use some work on our suspension, so I think we'll start focusing on that first of all. Santa Ana is a below average driver, good potential though. Strength is consistency and hard time with cornering. Evans is a low quality driver. Potential is good though. Best skill is cornering, so he's better at cornering with her worst skills, but he's bad at overtaking. But yeah, they're both predicting finish last. And then we have our reserve driver, who's even weaker than both of them, which, yeah, it's just bad. Targets, we're finishing last. I don't really care about that extra money that much, because I know it's unrealistic to see us up there. But we have 250,000. I'm going to improve parts. First of all, suspension, they both said needed to improve. I would kind of like just doing reliability on, but actually this will finish 2 days before the race. That's perfect timing. I would like to have done engines reliability or brakes, just because I know that there's some of the things I'll go in high engine mode a lot, so that's some of the things I'll need. But I think I'll upgrade the suspension on both cars here, and hopefully that'll help us a lot, because apparently they're really weak. So we'll let them do that, and let's see how many stars the drivers have. 2 and a bit star, 3 stars potential. Almost one, not even 1 star. Actually, Katie is the same level as William right now, but he doesn't have any potential at all. That's really weird. How does a guy who's 27 years old have much more potential than a girl who's 20? Oh well. We can look for new drivers as well, but I don't really think we have enough money right now to sign any. Let's see cost per race, and then we'll just go to the bottom where there's unsigned drivers. And I have seen a few videos on before, and I know this, no, not this guy. The Alessandro Cruz guy from Venezuela, I believe it is. This guy is really good, but he's also too expensive right now for a team, and I don't think it's worth it even spending money on a rider right now. I'd rather spend money on a rider in season 2, just stick with this team out and save the money, and just save up a lot of money for season 2, get a good car for season 2. And yeah, I'm going to stay with medium for now. Once I can set up to high, I'll go set up to high. But yeah, let's go to the first race now. Okay, first we have a welcome interview from Central Sports Network. So let's just take that quickly. You picked a tough task for your first job. I expect them to pick up many points at all this season. Yeah, I'm just going to say it's unrealistic and go low. Santana is seen about a top driver. I'm going to give the boring answer and say that we have 2 good drivers, so they're both even. I wrote that you expect to finish 10th. Is that accurate? That prediction seems fair. Yeah, I don't want to say we're going to do really well. Yeah, and there's just a question about me being a part of a financial background. So do I even know anything about motorsports? I don't, of course, in the game, but I just say that financial is a big deal in Formula 1, and it really is. So that's not really lying. We can just see sponsors now, and we got the car parts fixed, so we should have better suspension now. Yeah, that's much better suspension. We can just start working on, should we start working on engine or brakes? Engine will take less time actually, but I don't think any of them will get ready before the next race. I'll go with engine reliability now. And let's go to sponsors instead. Then we have 2 sponsors for slot 5 and slot 6. So here we get 750,000, and we get 450,000 for 9 for above for 2 races. Oh, that's when it's by. It goes for 8 races. This one we have to finish better, and we get 50,000 more per race. But I don't think it's realistic we will get here. So I'll take the 750,000 up front, because that's like tripling, not actually quadrupling our budget. That'll be really good for us. 1 million up to now, and we also have another sponsor as well. 1 million upfront payment for 6 races. I'll take that. Actually, 350 for times 9 is much more than 1 million only. I'll go with this one instead actually. I'll go with the future a little bit. I think in the end I'll be happy with having that much more money. So now we should have income. I'm actually going to go with high. I want to have a really good car next year. At least saving up money so I can spend a lot on the car next year. The best possible I can get, hopefully. But now I think we're going into training for the Black Sea Grand Prix. Here are the practice. You can see the feedback, so that's how quickly we gain knowledge of our setup. So I actually think I'm going to go with Kitchener's. This William Emmons guy is completely useless. He doesn't give anything good for us. So this is probably what I'm going to be worst at, getting setups right. So I'm just going to try and hit the middle of all of them, because that's, at least I'll be pretty close then. So I feel like that's actually a pretty good job. Let's just adjust a few things here, like this. I'll try and go with this for her, and then we'll just see what she thinks. Also good to just look at the mechanical, both of the mechanical setups that they suggest, because there's one mechanic for each rider, of course. So you have to go like, if one of them really wants high downforce and the other one really wants low downforce, then the correct downforce is probably right in the middle actually. So that's something to look out for. But I think I want to gain knowledge on soft tires. So I'll put both of them on soft. So see here, I actually believe that they wanted, one of the guys wanted more understeer and this guy wants oversteer. So downforce seems to be around here. They also both want more acceleration than top speed. But I actually think I'm going to keep handling down in the middle here. Tire choice will go on soft as well. So I think I'll just go a little bit more on the oversteer on her as well, Santana. And then we'll see what happens when we get it into, we'll take the practice because I want to get that knowledge. It gives me just a small little boost for this race here, and that's, I think, going to be really important. So send out immediately, get as much, there's only 12 minutes of practice of course. So we'll just send them both out on the setup we just made. And let's fast forward and see what kind of knowledge they come in with. Okay, so we have Santana in now. She has okay downforce, good handling, power speed balance. Both of them said they wanted higher gear ratios. So I think that's one of the first things. We'll just actually just quickly look at these stats here. First of all. Okay, so power speed balance, we want more longer gear ratios. They both said they were too short. So we'll go quite a bit up actually because power is pretty low. Handling, she said it was soft, so I don't actually know what I should do with soft. Soft, does that mean more oversteer? And I'll go with this, I believe should be okay. And I'll probably go with something opposite, where the other driver giving her higher downforce and more understeer compared to what she started with. And then we'll move on from there. So I think that seems fine. So let's go out on, yeah, just to go as long as we possibly can. There's not that much time left. On another set of soft tires as well. And let's wait till Linara is going around the corner here, so to bring her in. She's really slow, Linara, compared to Santana. Good thing she isn't starting so. Worse handling, same downforce and same speed balance, so she also needs quite a bit of longer gear ratios here. I think they both value top speed a bit more. So I'm going to go with higher downforce on her car. I'm going to go with more handling, more oversteer, and longer gear ratios. So it has to be around here because otherwise the mechanics is completely wrong. So I think that should be fine. Just go for as long as you can as well. Let's quickly get a car done and go out for a second stint. And let's see the results at the end of the race. I think we should get level 1 in race trim and in soft tires. So here we are at the race now. Our objective is to finish 16th or above. Not that unrealistic. We have 2 riders of course, so if one of the riders doesn't finish, then there's only 3 riders we have to finish above in the standings. The good part about it is usually a rider or 2 crashes out, so we have to finish better than 1 rider, I would say, to have a decent shot. So as long as we have 1 rider behind us, we should be fine. Let's just add knowledge from the mechanics or from the practice before here to our 2 riders here. I think I'll go with, I think Santana has some mechanic bonus where she doesn't get engine decoration Yeah, high engine mode no longer impacts conditions. So I'll go with that. I'll go with race trims because that's good on both tires, not only soft tires. And with Evans, we'll go with, what does he have? He just needs to improve his performance. So that seems fine. So we see what we get here. We got great downforce. So downforce needs to be more at the middle. It needs to be more to understeer than oversteer apparently. And this was excellent for Evans. So we need a little bit more shorter gear ratios, I think. A lot more suspension stiffness because handling was apparently pretty poor. Something like that. What was it? It was like here for gear ratios. Okay, I think that should be fine. We start on the soft tires as well. Full fueled up as well, of course. Okay, we need to change a lot to this setup here for Evans here. He hasn't even been out driving yet. So around here I think it should be fine. Needs a lot more understeer as well. So about here. And now it's just about finding the right acceleration and top speed. Just about the same point where it was before. So a little bit more tire pressure. I think that should be fine. I don't know, but we'll try it out. Of course, Evan starts in pretty good position, I think. I don't actually know where they start, both of them. But I'll always just send them to push for the first lap because everyone is starting out as fast as possible. So you want to do that as well. Then you can go down a little bit after maybe half a lap or a lap or so. You can always just click on the other riders. But yeah, we're starting in first. So that's good to know. I think they're starting in reverse order because his name is William, so that's, of course, and her name is Enid, so that seems kind of in the middle of the alphabet. But let's see Evans on the front here of the grid, and of course gets taken by Yar immediately. I think this guy is in the best car as well. So that's, I was probably not going to keep him behind me anyway, but I'm already been overtaken by like 2 or 3 riders here. Not looking that great right now. Santana has actually moved up to 10th place. That's pretty good already. Making a move here on maybe nice. He gets overtaken back to 11. Oh, I think I'll rather stay with her. She seems like by far the better rider of the 2 of them, even though she's back to 12th again where she started. But this Bow Champ guy she's battling with for 11th right now is in a much better car. He's in the best car in the peloton, and I'm in the worst. So her getting overtaken by these riders isn't really that poor as it may seem. But now we'll go down to push high, I think, and push high just to save up a little bit of energy on these tires here and on the engine as well, because we don't have that much reliability in the engine. So yeah, what's it called? Improving it will not really work for us. Evans already has a mechanical failure apparently. Oh, someone crashed into his rear wing. So he actually is going to go in the pit immediately, get on another set of soft tires, fuel options. We don't care about fuel. Put on a fast pit stop with a rear ring. Should be a pretty long pit stop, but at least he's holding up a few cars behind him. So Santana can move up along the peloton. She's up to 13th now. Actually, she's down to 13th, but there's another guy here. I think that's Gerard, the guy who probably crashed with Evans. Oh, she locked up down during the corner. The worst thing is when they lock up immediately after the pit stop. That's so annoying. But we have 4 guys already in the pit here. So that seems good for me, I will say. I'm just hoping she can get top 16. I know it's not a lot of money I'll get for it, but getting that result will really mean a lot to the team. Getting a lot of points early on here in the standings. Dreyfus locked up as well. You can see some of the riders have locked up quite a lot. But of course we are on the soft tires, so we can go a little bit longer than some of the guys on the super soft out ahead. But even then, you can see we have more tire wear than some of these guys up here because they haven't locked up. Locking up loses to like 10-15% of your tire wear. So we're down to 40% already. Evans is out on 88% now because he of course already pitted. But I think we should go in with Santana now. She is in 13th place. We'll go on another set of soft tires with her, fill her up as well. Doesn't seem to be any damage to the car. Brakes is probably the only thing. Brakes and gearbox usually is what breaks all the time. So hopefully that won't happen in this race. It always has to happen in the last stint of the race as well, because that's when your car is mostly worn down. But we have had a first few cars, Van and Chu and Dembele, all going in the pits. Of course, they started on soft, or super soft, so they are a bit behind, but hopefully we can get something out of this stint here. Also, Dreyfus get in the pits as well. When we look at Evans, Evans has already been lapped by Jar, the guy he started in front of. First and second, they started first and second on grid, and then he's already been lapped. Of course, he did lose his front wing, and now he's overtaking first again because first hadn't pitted yet. But Santana is out in 17th place. I don't think she'll move up that far. 13th maybe she can overtake here, because 19th just crashed out. So so there's a safety car out now. I just saw it happening as well. It's Dreyfus crashing out. So we'll put Evans out on set of soft while the pits crew is out. We might as well. He's already last, so we can. It's not going to lose us anything to put him on pit stop here. I'm going to attack and overtake just so I don't think, even if I could overtake Badjar in the pit lane, I don't think it'll matter that much. Actually, I put Santana in the pit instead. Oh well, that's my bad. Oops. So both of them will have new tires. Oh, that's all planned. And Evans didn't go into the pit. Oh well, it doesn't really matter anyway. So conserve, low, just bunch up in the peloton here. Second and fourth both into the pits. Antonov didn't go in the pits, so second place is on really old tires. Should see probably 11th and 12th here going in the pits as well. All the guys who has like more than 20% of the car worn out will probably go in the pits here. So I'm going to stay in 17th, and Evans is probably going to fall down into 19th behind Sabato here. So I missed a little bit up on the pit strategy there. But I don't really think it'll matter that much. Hopefully they can make contact to the front car. I think the safety car will stay out for another lap anyway. So we have at least... Evans has 2 laps before they even get in here. I know I go low, but I want to save as much tire wear as possible here. At least Santana will make it up to the back of the front group now behind the safety car. And hopefully they all will at some point here. Let's go until the safety car comes out again. We've got a few laps further on. Santana's in 15, Evans down to 18. A few riders pitted just as the safety car went in. But I'm just happy that Santana is keeping pretty much contact with Tang and Rogers ahead of her. Actually falling a bit back down now, but she's not really dropping that many seconds to them. Evans having some problem with his gearbox maybe. Yeah, that does look pretty bad, and with half the race still to go, we need to get that fixed at some point. We could probably just get him in now. He's about to be last anyway. We'll put him out on a set of super softs, I think actually. Let's see here, super softs. Fuel option, just fill him up as well while we're in there anyway. He'll probably get lapped while in there. It's a bit annoying, but 16 seconds onto the time. Pit Evans here. It's about to be being overtaken by Chu anyway. Santana is still up ahead. Dembele and Mateta will have to pit really soon. Guys in 8th, 9th, and actually also Sabato in 11th will have to pit at some point pretty soon. I think I'll keep out Santana for maybe one more lap than this, and then she can go in. Evans has gone out on soft tires, so we'll put Santana in next lap now, so you can know this is the final lap. So I'll go on soft. I mean, I'm going to come out really at the back of the peloton anyway, so I might as well just make the stint as long as possible. Pit now. I mean, you'll have problem with gearbox and brakes as well, because we are going pretty high engine, pretty high engine mode, so that's really tough on the parts, but it's also pretty necessary if you want to at least have a chance of getting that 16th place finish. And we'll go into the pits here. 9th place Antonov made in the pits. Jar has already made in pits in 2nd, so he's going on to soft tires. Meanwhile, bad refueling apparently. Should I have changed anything? I don't think I'll change anything. I think we'll probably need it more next time. But I get out ahead of Mateta apparently. He was actually quite a bit ahead of me before. But he must have had either a bad pit stop or yeah, just a bad day overall. But he has soft tires on and he's more worn out tires than me. He has a faster car, so he'll probably overtake me anyway just because of his faster tires and faster car. But I should at least outstint him here. I should have a lot of stint on him. He completely lost it there. I'm up to 15th now. Evan's still in 19th. About half a lap behind. Now everyone goes to pin 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Only the purple rider, Antonov, on soft tire, who already pitted before, stays out. So does not look that bad right now, I would say. Can just take a little look at Evan's park condition here. Yeah, engine seems to be a trouble. Not of course not a trouble for Santana because he has that perk on, giving her no engine wear when on high. What's it called? Engine mode. But Evans probably has to go in the pit here. Yeah, I'll go on a set of soft tires this time. Fuel him up. We could actually make it to the end here if I just fix the engine, go on fast, doesn't really matter, and then he just has to stay on neutral medium for the rest of the race, and then he might as well go to the end on this pit stop and we don't have to worry anymore about him. I know I probably didn't need to fix this engine, but I just know that otherwise he's going to complain about it. So we're in 14th now. John Stutter, Tang, Mateta, 2 are the riders behind us. Some of them are on better tires, some of them are on worse tires, so that's good to know at least. Especially Mateta in the yellow car. It's not looking that great. There's all the cars in front of us has pretty much pitted. I think that was, who was that who got into the pits there? That's Jar, who was actually about to lap us there. Yeah, I don't care about your brakes anymore, Evans. I have already fixed 2 parts of your car. If your brakes can't make it either, I'm sorry, but that's just blame the mechanics for that, or blame me for putting you on high engine mode for the race. But we're about to lap our own teammate now. Mateta going to the pits here. I think I'll take, after this lap, I'll press the pit button. So she'll go on to lap 23, I guess that is. So she'll have 8 laps remaining at that point. She's actually pulling a bit away from the riders behind her. Tang, John Sotir, Jude, Dembele, Mateta. Of course, Mateta is on newer soft tires, but now she has a condition problem here. I didn't even see what the problem was for her. Oh, it's the gearbox. So she'll have to fix that now here. It's a bit annoying because fuel option, 10 laps of fuel, I think. I'll have to fix, yeah. Should probably fix the brakes as well, but I'll take so much time I don't even want to do it. So go into the pit here, put on soft tires, and hopefully she can make it to the end of the race on those. She's overtaking her teammate here, Evans, who's just a horrible rider all in all. John starts here, overtaking here, but she goes into the pits as well, so it doesn't really matter. There'll be a long pit stop this one. Final refueling, great refueling and tires, hopefully also a great gearbox change. That's actually a great pit stop for her, considering all the things we have to do. I think we'll put, yeah, Evans up too high. The only reason I don't want to put him high is I lose brakes. And once I lose brakes, it doesn't really matter anymore what I do. But Evans has already been overtaken by every rider, lap by every rider, apart from Mateta and Santana again. And that's only because she went into a pit stop a second time. I think Evans can make it to the end here on those tires he's on right now. But it's not looking that great for the team here. This is why it's so hard to get 16. It doesn't really seem hard because we don't have to beat 2 riders actually, because 1 rider's already crashed out. So if we can just beat 2 riders. Chu has gone into the pits now in 17th, but he'll come out ahead of Santana because he didn't have to go and change his goddamn gearbox that I did. So that's annoying, and you can see the brakes are almost about to break now. So we are looking not so good, and right now I'm losing lap times as well, and time to the riders ahead of me because we're getting lapped consistently by better riders. Jar, and this is Antonov now going ahead of us as well. meaning we have to brake for them every time. We actually come out ahead of a few riders here. Cavalcanti, Dembele, but they're all on completely new tires, so they'll overtake us immediately here. Which is really sad. We just had the place for like a few seconds. We're completely blocking in the second place guy, which is pretty fun. But we're only ahead of Tang now, and we need someone else to get ahead of. I don't think Mateta will pit anymore. So what I have to hope for now is someone to run out of fuel, and I know the riders directly ahead of me will not run out of fuel. So some of the riders who have really bad tire wear, Mateta is probably the only guy who has a realistic chance of running out of fuel, but I just don't see it happening. I'm going to go and overtake now on both of them because we have enough fuel to do so anyway. And I don't care about the engine anymore, we don't have anything to lose. So yeah, Antonov, the reason why he's not overtaking us is because he has engine problems as well. And now we have problem with the brakes. Yeah, I can't do it. There's only 2 laps to go, honestly. Jar's almost on the last lap. And yeah, when Jar finishes the race, then you finish the race as well, pretty much. So 18th place, no messages about fuel problems yet, which is a bit annoying. Basically, Jar has already lapped pretty much all riders. He actually overtakes Gerard, who's out of fuel, Valdez is out of fuel, Abelo is out of fuel. So we're up to 17th now, 1 more rider, so that has locked up, that doesn't really help us. We need someone who's... all the riders are out of fuel, are already past the finish line. We can't, sadly, do anything more about it. We just finished out of the result. Evans in 19th and Santana in 17th place. We beat Mateta apparently. So the guy I thought we could beat, we actually ended up beating as well. I knew he had a bad race strategy there. But Jia won ahead of Bojamp. I think that's both a 1-2 victory for the Indian team that we looked at the beginning. But let's just take a look at the standings now. We finished 17th and 19th, actually beating out the Octane Racing team they had a really poor race, finishing below us, so we're not last in the constructor standings at the moment, which is good news for us. But yeah, Cavalry Racing, with a great start to the season, they'll probably get promoted to the Asian, what's it called, Asian something tour. I can't exactly remember what it's called, but it's the next tier above this European racing group. 17 and 19 overall in standings as well, of course, will put us in 9th in the Constructors Championship. And yeah, this is just all sorts of news which I don't really care about, so we'll skip through that. And I think we should just gain some bonus stats to our drivers now. Not bonus stats, just an improvement, but it takes really long time for your riders. The chairman should be happy because we did better than expected. We unlocked a new thing down here. Car condition dropped slightly slower. Then we could do that and then just completely ignore training with her. William Evans, yeah, he doesn't really have much to go for him at the moment. I just want to get rid of him. Maybe even doing this season, maybe doing season 2. But everyone seems happy. We got 7 for 58, plus of course, that's even after using $1 million on next year's car. So looks good overall. Drive championship for World Championship doesn't really matter to us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.